In today's video, we're going to be talking about the difference between the dirty keto and the clean keto diet. The keto diet is a way of eating that is high in fat and low in carbohydrates. The benefits include rapid weight loss, increased energy, and reduced inflammation. Now, the keto diet as a whole flies in the face of what the mainstream tells us we should be eating to lose weight and be healthy. The narrative is that fat is bad, and we need to reduce the amounts in our diet in order to lose weight. But the keto diet debunks this entirely. Anyone who has tried the keto diet will tell you it is extremely effective for weight loss. And that is not even taking into consideration all the other ways it can improve your health, from reversing type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance to reducing joint and muscle pain caused by inflammation. But with all that being said, there are a few different ways to eat a keto diet, and some of them are healthier than others. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the dirty keto and the clean keto diet, the pros and the cons of each approach, and make sure to stick around until the end because we're going to talk about why you might not be seeing results on the keto diet. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kate. I'm a health coach and I post videos on a high-fat, nutrient-dense way of eating. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, feel free to share, and make sure to subscribe. And make sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook where I share new posts every single day. Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. For everything from websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform that does it all. Head to squarespace.com/healthcoachkate to start your free trial today. All right, the topic of today is dirty keto versus clean keto. And while I do not really like using the words dirty and clean to describe foods or diet, I'm not one of those people who thinks that there's no such thing as a bad food and that we can eat everything in moderation. Yeah, that's not me. There absolutely are good foods and bad foods, although you might be surprised by what I deem to be healthy and unhealthy. So stick around for more on that. And there are also foods that fall in the middle. And you know what? It's okay that there are good and bad foods. Now, before you come at me in the comments section, hear me out. Now, I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent here before we get into it. And I think it is an important tangent. But if you want to skip ahead, I always have timestamps on the progress bar so you can get to whatever part of the video you need to. So I consider bad foods to be foods that are negatively impacting our health. And then obviously good foods are foods that are positively impacting our health. And of course there are foods in the middle that aren't really doing much one way or the other. Iceberg lettuce would be one example of a food that isn't having an impact either way. It has next to no nutritional value, but it is also mostly water and very low in calories. So it's not as though it is a food that is filled with empty calories. Now, just because there are good foods and bad foods, does that mean we should feel guilty when we eat bad foods? No, absolutely not. We can acknowledge the food is not serving us nutrition-wise, and also acknowledge that it might be filling another need. Maybe we are at a birthday party and want to have a slice of cake. No, we shouldn't feel guilty. No, we shouldn't stress over the ingredients. Having that cake is part of the experience of being with friends and celebrating. I think it is dangerous to say that there is no such thing as good foods and bad foods and that everything can be eaten in moderation, because we as humans are not wired to eat hyper-palatable foods in moderation. We are biologically engineered to seek out and eat energy-dense foods, and our receptors are highly stimulated by sweet foods. Because for our hunter-gatherer ancestors, these foods were hard to come by. The problem is that now we have access to these hyper-palatable foods 24/7. But we are still wired the same way. We have constant access to foods that have been engineered so that you cannot stop eating them. And this is why everything in moderation doesn't work. Diets that restrict certain groups of food, such as carbs, fat, animal products, plant products, These have been shown in studies to be more effective for weight loss than diets that just say to reduce consumption overall. Anyways, a bit of a rant, but I cannot stand the everything in moderation argument. Diana Rogers, who is a registered dietitian, has a great blog post on this topic, which I will link in the description box if you want to check it out afterwards. If it really were as easy as eat less, move more, we wouldn't be in the middle of an obesity epidemic. Now, how does this tie in with dirty keto and clean keto? We'll get to that in a second, but first, let's define the two. Dirty keto. Dirty keto is when the only thing you focus on is macros, keeping fat high and carbs low. There's no concern for food quality or limiting processed foods. Someone eating a dirty keto diet might include a lot of fast food or takeaway, which is often cooked in vegetable oils, no sugar sodas with artificial sweeteners, processed foods with artificial sweeteners, so cheeses, keto bars, and other ultra-processed snacks, sugar-free syrups, again with artificial sweeteners, and conventional mayonnaise made with vegetable oils. Now, I really want to stress that the issue with dirty keto is not that it is high in animal products, it's not that it's high in saturated fat, which is what you might have thought dirty keto meant. But the cons of dirty keto actually come more from the ultra-processed foods, the artificial sweeteners, and especially, and this is key to here, the inflammatory vegetable oils. Now, we will come back to this in a bit and why vegetable oils can completely derail your progress, but first, let's talk about clean keto. Clean keto. I consider clean keto to be when you focus on high quality ingredients while still hitting your macros. And this means eating mainly whole foods. Someone eating a clean keto diet might include high quality protein such as grass-fed beef, wild-caught salmon, and pasture-raised eggs, low sugar fruit such as avocado, olives, and berries, non-starchy vegetables, cooking with healthy fats such as ghee and tallow, and avoiding vegetable oils, and if they are using a sweetener, using stevia or monk fruit. Basically, the focus is on quality versus just the quantity of macros. So now let's talk about how this ties in with good and bad foods, and what specifically is wrong with vegetable oil. Now look, I do think there is a place for dirty keto. I do think that clean keto is obviously healthier, but for someone who is just starting out and transitioning from the standard American diet, dirty keto can be a good stepping stone. And I know that a lot of people can have great success, especially when it comes to weight loss, eating this way. There are numerous testimonials of people losing huge amounts of weight, eating a dirty keto diet, and that's fantastic. But where it becomes an issue is when it comes to inflammation. Because one of the most inflammatory foods is hidden in a lot of processed keto foods that are often eaten in high quantities on the dirty keto diet. And the inflammation this causes can stall your weight loss, although not always, and it can cause joint and muscle pains. It can also cause digestive issues, and it can even increase your disease risk because chronic inflammation is at the root of heart disease, IBS, arthritis, and more. Whereas a clean keto diet that focuses on whole foods is actually going to be anti-inflammatory. Now, why is vegetable oil a problem, you might be asking? And what oils exactly am I referring to? Vegetable oil is an umbrella term that covers about 10 different types of oils, and ironically, none of them are actually vegetables. Vegetable oil is a clever marketing term used to make these oils seem healthier, when in reality, they are not. These oils include soybean oil, grapeseed oil, canola oil, corn oil, rice bran oil, and sunflower oil, to name a few. And these oils are mainly polyunsaturated fat, which is the type of fat we should only be consuming in small quantities. But unfortunately, 99% of processed food is packed with it, and this includes processed keto foods. But how exactly do these oils cause inflammation? Polyunsaturated fat is a type of fat that is extremely unstable when it is isolated and exposed to heat, light, and oxygen. And to get these oils out of the plants they come from, they have to go under extreme heat and processing. And this processing means they are almost always rancid by the time you buy them off the shelf. The reason they taste and smell like nothing is because they have been stripped of everything to hide the fact they are rancid. Consuming oxidized oils causes DNA damage, which leads to chronic inflammation. On top of that, the processing of vegetable oil is how trans fat is created. Trans fat being added to food was banned by the FDA in 2018. But even if trans fat is listed as 0 on the label, companies are legally allowed to record anything under 0.5 grams as 0. 2 studies that analyzed vegetable oils found that 0.4 to 4.2% of the total fat content was trans fat, which is a lot of trans fat. And to add to the problem further, these oils are also extremely high in omega-6, which causes further inflammation. I'm sure you've heard of omega-3 and omega-6 before, and these are both types of polyunsaturated fat. Omega-3 is anti-inflammatory and omega-6 is inflammatory. Both are essential, but we want to consume them in balance, and most people are consuming way more omega-6 than omega-3. And the number one source of omega-6 in our diets is vegetable oil. And honestly, removing these vegetable oils from your diet can make such a difference in the results you see on keto. It is such a simple tweak, but it can be the difference between a weight loss stall and you losing the pounds effortlessly once your inflammation goes down. And I do have another video that goes more into this topic. It talks about good and bad fats on keto. I will link that above if you want to check it out afterwards. So in summary, dirty keto only focuses on macros and has no concern for ingredient quality. And while this can work for weight loss, it can also stall your weight loss, and it can be inflammatory, which can lead to other problems. Eating clean keto and focusing on whole foods can make a big difference in your results. Now, before we wrap up this video, I'm going to take a quick moment to tell you about today's sponsor, Squarespace. I started using Squarespace when I started my coaching business. I designed my website using one of their templates, and I couldn't be happier with the results. Squarespace is super easy to use, super easy to customize, and you don't need any experience in web design whatsoever. The end result looks so professional, I almost can't believe that I made it myself. Whether you need a domain, website, or online store, head to squarespace.com/healthcoachkate, where you can start a free trial without having to enter your credit card details or anything. When you set up your website and love it and decide to launch, make sure to use code HealthCoachKate to save 10% off your first order. Thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. Let me know in the comment section down below if you eat a dirty keto or clean keto diet. Did you get better results on one or the other? Let me know down below. I love chatting with you guys in the comment section. So even if you just want to say hi, I really appreciate it. If you guys did enjoy this video, you might also like my video on common causes of a weight loss plateau on keto, which you can check out here. If you want to catch up on my most recent upload, you can find it here. And if you want to check out my keto diet and carnivore diet coaching programs, you can find them here. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.